Hold on. Okay. Go. And go.
Come, right shoulder, pop. Come, right, come.
Halt, sir. Step. Right. Face.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the advancing of the colors and remain standing for the United States National Anthem.
Color forward. Move. Sir, the persons to be honored and colors are present. Is that the Present. Oh. Detachment. Order. On.
Please be seated.
Order. Hold. And one and two.
Order. Forward.
And one and two and three. Ceremonial. At ease. And one and two. Step. Sarah. At ease.
Major General Bradenkamp and Command Sergeant Major Guadarrama are now moving into position to honor the retirees. Please feel free to applaud your soldier as they are called. Headquarters Department of the Army Special Orders. By order of the Secretary of the Army, the following soldiers of the Department of the Army are retired. M. Bloss, Military Intelligence. Chief Warrant Officer 5, Wendy A. Wayman, Military Intelligence. Command Sergeant Major Annie Garola, Medical Services. Colonel John Ament, Army Nurse Corps. Colonel Kenneth C. Bradford, Logistics. Colonel Karen L. T. Brickman, Military Intelligence. Colonel Brett H. Henson, Dental Corps. Colonel Michael A. Stinnett, Engineer. Colonel Curtis D. Tate, Field Artillery. Colonel Lisa D. Whitaker, Cyber. Lieutenant Colonel Matthew P. Aubrey, Field Artillery. Lieutenant Colonel David J. Avalon, Adjutant General. Lieutenant Colonel Michelle A. Bryan, Military Intelligence. Lieutenant Colonel Fa'amau T. Capri, Adjutant General. Lieutenant Colonel Jason C. DeRosa, Infantry. Lieutenant Colonel Andrew P. Gamblin, Military Intelligence. Lieutenant Colonel Grant, Field Artillery. Lieutenant Colonel Keith Koistinen, Veterinary Corps. Lieutenant Colonel Luis Enrique Lopez, Army Chaplain. Lieutenant Colonel Matthew W. McCrae, Special Forces. Lieutenant Colonel Michael W. Myers, Operations Research System Analysis. Lieutenant Colonel Dennis H. Moon, Medical Services. Lieutenant Colonel Jerry E. Morn, Logistics. Lieutenant Colonel Jitawadi R. Murphy, Medical Services. Lieutenant Colonel Jennifer A. Roberts, Adjutant General. Lieutenant Colonel Kelvin N. Robinson, Armor. Lieutenant Colonel Karen A. Roxbury, Public Affairs. Lieutenant Colonel Quentin L. Schultz, Aviation. Lieutenant Colonel Jason M. Schaefer, and Lieutenant Colonel Justin S. Schaefer, Military Intelligence. Major Daniel J. Curtis, Force Management. Major Dasha J. Mountain, Logistics. Major LaTorrance S. Williams, Adjutant General. Chief Warrant Officer 2, Kayum J. Blackwood, Signal Corps. First Sergeant Fiona J. Benjamin, Signal Corps. First Sergeant Stephen R. O'Shields, Army Aviation. First Sergeant Christopher J. Ziwi. Master Sergeant Gabriel W. Temples, Infantry. Sergeant First Class Simon A. Asefa, Dental. Sergeant First Class Yamil E. Delion, Adjutant General. Sergeant First Class Anthony M. Gonzalez, Signal Corps. Sergeant First Class Martina L. Washington, Chemical. We are proud to recognize these soldiers' devotion to our country, and we wish them happiness and prosperity in their well-earned retirement.
Old guard! Up and done! Head on and out.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the posting of the colors.
Post the colors. Staff, right. Face.
Please be seated.
Peace.
Codes ready, cut!
Ceremonial. At ease.
Come! Stand at heat!
Staff. Ceremonial. At ease.
Ladies and gentlemen, Major General Bredenkamp.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. You know, one of the greatest honors I have in this job is to host these these retirement ceremonies, and it never ceases to amaze me. Last month we had two brothers who retired, two siblings. Distinguished guests, senior leaders, command sergeants, majors, friends, and above all, soldiers and families to be honored here today, welcome and thank you for making time to attend this retirement ceremony at historic Joint Base Myer-Henderson Hall. On behalf of the Secretary of the Army, Christine E. Wormuth, Chief of Staff of the Army, General Randy George, and Sergeant Major of the Army, Sergeant Major Michael Weimer, welcome. It's another beautiful day here in the nation's capital, and it's a great day to be a soldier. Before I address our distinguished retirees and families, I would like to take a moment and thank those who worked hard to make today such a special occasion. On the floor in front of you are the soldiers of the 3rd U.S. Infantry Regiment, the Old Guard, the Army's oldest active duty infantry regiment. You look tremendous, and your professionalism and precision honors those retiring here today. I would also like to take a moment to thank Lieutenant Colonel Chuck Wall, the commander of troops, who has commanded 1st Battalion, 3rd U.S. Infantry for the last 2 years. This is his last official ceremony as the commander of the battalion. So please, thanks for your hard work, your leadership, and all those on the field today. I would also like to thank the members of the U.S. Army's band, Purging Zone. As always, you look amazing and sound great and make these ceremonies all the more special. So the soldiers retiring here today joined the Army to be all they could be. Some joined the Army following Desert Shield's Desert Storm. In fact, some joined during the Cold War. Isn't that right, Wendy? All right. When the slogan was "Be all you can be." So she's seen it come full circle, as many others have. Some joined after America was attacked on 9/11. All have stood ready to meet the challenges and uncertainties of the global war on terror that brought almost 2 decades of continuous combat operations. They stand here today representing the best of America. Today we honor 42 nation and for being all they could be. Collectively, these soldiers represent over 1,000 years of military service. 1,000 years. With service around the globe and in a variety of combat arms, combat support, and combat service support specialties, these soldiers, leaders, and their families answered the nation's call and have not only served during a period of persistent conflict, but also led and trained our young men and women to deploy into harm's way and to do our nation's bidding. Our Army and our nation owes you a debt of gratitude for your service and sacrifice that can never be fully repaid. The medal and U.S. flag are but a small token of appreciation for your service. I would like to take just a moment to talk about our flag, Old Glory. That you receive a flag on the occasion of your retirement is significant in that it is the symbol of our nation and recognized around the world. We have fought to protect the freedoms in our way of life, and we wear the stars and stripes proudly on our uniform, both at home and while deployed. The red color signifies hardiness and valor, which each of you have personified as a soldier and leader in our Army, operating in austere conditions with limited resources to accomplish the most difficult missions. White refers to the purity and innocence which you have sought to protect both at home and abroad, and blue represents the vigilance, perseverance, and justice, which each of you have demonstrated in the conduct of your duties as officers and non-commissioned officers. I am sure there's a special meaning for each one of you, as it should, given your service to our nation. So as you walk out of Conmy Hall today, take solace in knowing you leave behind an enduring legacy that lives on in countless soldiers you have trained, mentored, and inspired. The Army is better because of your service. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a round of applause for these 42 great soldiers. I would be remiss if we didn't take some time to thank the family members of each of these retiring soldiers here today. Your sacrifice and support over the past 20-plus years of service has been foundational to the success of each of these retirees, allowing them to accomplish their assigned mission and serve in the Army that they love. You have remained steadfast in your support during a time of war that necessitated family separations, and for that you will never be fully repaid. Please accept our eternal thanks on behalf of a grateful nation for all that you do and all you have endured as military families. We could not fulfill our obligations as soldiers to the Army, the nation, without the love and support of our families. So please, let's give a round of applause for all the family members here today. So to our retiring soldiers, thank you for your service. Tell the Army story. Help to maintain our all-volunteer Army by sharing your experiences with America's sons and daughters so that they might be inspired to walk in your footsteps, to volunteer, to support and defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. We continue to serve as a shining example around the world because men and women like you have volunteered to serve. So on behalf of the Secretary of the Army, the Chief of Staff, the Sergeant Major, the Joint Task Force, National Capital Region, the Military District of Washington, the United States Army, and a proud and grateful nation, good luck, Godspeed, and thank you. This will defend. Be all you can be.
Step. Up and jump. Hold guard. Up and jump. Head on and toe.
Come, right shoulder, halt. Colors right cut.
Pass and review. Hold guard. Pass and review. Right.
Hot march.
Hey. Hold. Head on and toe and break.
Front rank goes to the rear.
Steps.
March.
On toe, very hard, hold.
About.
Forward.
Move.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the Army Song.
Sir, this concludes today's ceremony. Well done, Old Guard, Person Zone. Forward. Call.
The United States Army is honored to have presented today's special ceremony. Thank you for attending and enjoy the rest of your day.